Hi, Trekking family. It's good you're here. I am sitting in Selma, Alabama. Just pulled into the dock. I was waiting here for a couple of hours and started looking through posts on the YouTube videos. And I saw 3 amazing questions. I think many people could benefit from the answers to these questions. Tina Perez. Hi, Tina. Her and her husband are becoming team co-drivers, and they have gone through CDL school, and they have chosen a company, not ours, but they have chosen a company that works for them, and she has some great questions. So I thought, rather than just answering in the chat, I'd put a video with these questions because they're that good. So first question Tina asked, she said, my question is, in regards to being a new driver, when you first started driving the tractor with the trailer, did you get any anxiety or were nervous when getting on the road? If so, when did that go away? Okay, yes, absolutely. Even if you're totally comfortable in a big truck, and I was from the second I got in it. When I got into a big truck for the first time, I felt very, very comfortable and very at home. But there was still a lot I had to learn and a lot I needed to understand how it worked. So when you have gone through CDL school and you've tested and you have your license, and then you go through the finishing and training and you get that truck, which is new to you, whether it's new or not, it's new to you. And you're going to go out on the road doing this job where you're hooking, unhooking, going from shipper to shipper, anywhere in the country, in our case, lower 48 in Canada. It is definitely nerve-wracking, and you definitely have anxiety. That, I think, is very natural. It's very normal. So if you feel that way, don't worry about that, because it's just, that's what it is when you're learning something new. Jay and I were just talking about this very thing this past week, and he looked at me, he was in the driver's seat, he looked over at me and he said, I'm really feeling pretty comfortable this year. And I was like, yeah, me too, I'm feeling the same way. After you've gone across the country a few times and you start to get a lay of the land, quite literally, of the highways that run north and south and east and west and all the little U.S. highways, and how to work your way around the big cities and what cities you cannot go through and which ones you can. That stuff takes a while to learn. And especially as a team, because you spend half of your trip sleeping. So you don't see the whole country that first or second or third time. It takes several times, because half the time you're not driving, you're asleep. You wake up 3 or 4 states, away from where you went to sleep. So you don't experience all those roads and highways like you would if you were a solo driver. You're learning how the truck operates, how it goes up mountains and comes down mountains, how it handles in snow, wind, sleet, rain, heat. That's part of it too, because all of our blowouts took place in hot weather. And you learn how to handle situations like that. But you're also looking for situations where you could get stuck, because you can't take a 72-foot long, 80,000-pound vehicle just anywhere, like through a suburb, for example, or through a housing district. You can't do that. That stuff is all part of it, and it's also about getting your attention ratcheted up, because you think that since you've driven your whole life, that you've been paying attention your whole life when you drove. But that's just not true. I certainly thought that I paid very close attention when I drove, but not until I got into a big truck did I realize how much I had to work to build up that attention factor. It takes a lot of attention. At first, it's very difficult because you're not used to paying that much attention. And so it's like a muscle, you have to build it. I would say that to really get comfortable, it's going to take a year. Think year and a half, and that it just seems so daunting. But trust me, it goes like that. It goes so fast. Just take it one step at a time, one day at a time, one moment at a time, and you'll be just fine. The number one piece of advice that I've gotten that I'm going to pass on to every new driver is the first thing: never, ever rush in a big truck. Never do anything fast in a big truck. If you're upset emotionally, stop that truck and get out. Get your feet on the ground. Calm down. Take a breath. And, just get back in your head. Because it is very dangerous to do anything rushing or fast or upset in a big truck. I hope that helps you. Here he is. Okay. Hold on. Here's my guy. Okay, so I am sitting here now waiting for ops to get back to me on the Qualcomm so that we can go to our next unload for this trailer. So I'm going to try to get these questions answered. All right, so we got question 1. Question 2. Come back to that. Second question, I'm sitting here waiting for dispatch and stuff to come back from ops. So very quickly I'm going to answer her second question. She asks, are you driving a 10-speed? The answer is kind of. We're driving a 10-speed automatic manual in a Cummins ISX, Kenworth 2016 Kenworth T680. For 385,000 miles, we drove a 13-speed Eaton transmission with a Cummins ISX, and in CDL school we drove a 10-speed Freightliner. So that's that. She said, I had some trouble with that in training. Now I am with a local trainer who has an automatic, and I know my OTR trainer will most likely have a 10-speed. Any advice? Yes, talk to your trainer. It's very important. Tell your trainer what you're weak in, what you feel you're strong in, but what you're weak in is really important so that they understand there are areas you really want their attention, their guidance, their direction, and their experience. If for any reason they think that you're really strong in a certain area, but you're not, and you haven't communicated that, it can produce frustration really quick. So be very upfront, and I'm talking very upfront, not just kind of suggest it. Say, I am not good at shifting, or I am not good at backing, or I can't do such and such yet. But I'm willing to learn, I'm ready to learn, I'm able to learn, but I need your help. Be very, very upfront. That will help and save you both lots of frustration in the trainer thinking that you have certain things under control that you don't. Because, sometimes, let's just be honest, trainers are humans, they're people, and if they have made an assumption, sometimes they get embarrassed, and when people get embarrassed, that makes them frustrated and uncomfortable, and sometimes it gets everything off in the wrong foot. So be very upfront, be very honest, and just, stay open to learn and be a sponge, ask questions. And if your trainer keeps saying you're not looking at your mirrors and you're so sure you are, just look more, because I know that I thought I looked in my mirrors all the time, and my instructors kept saying, you're not looking in your mirrors. Oh my God, I had to just chill and look more. And then I found out over time that I began to realize I did not look in my mirrors. I thought I did, but I really didn't. Okay, that's question 2. Question 3. I'll get this one really quick while I'm waiting. Come on, dispatch. If this comes through, I'll have to wait till tomorrow. But I'm going to try to do this real quick. How was your trainer? Did she make you a team driver right away, or did she slowly move you into the driver's seat? At XPO Conway, when we came, here's how finishing works. Your CDL schooling, that's not training, okay? That's just to get you ready for your DOT test so you can pass. Your company, you're coming new out of school, they know you don't have any training and that they're going to have to get you some training. So with XPO, here's how it works, and this is the key reason that we came to this company, was because when you go out for finishing 7,500 miles, your trainer, your finisher, sits in that jump seat the entire time. So you are the driver from second one until the last mile that you drive in that finishing process, which takes 2 to 3 weeks to do 7,500 miles. You drive it as a solo driver. Okay, my battery died, so I had to replace it. All right, so you drive it as a solo driver, and that means that that driver, that finisher, is sitting in the jump seat the entire time, that they're training you, watching you, guiding you, offering you the benefit of their experience. They're not in the back sleeping so that they can be ready for their drive shift. A lot of companies do this. They can keep that truck rolling 24/7, and maybe the first 3 or 4 days the trainer sits up here and then they start sleeping so that they can take a shift and the truck runs as a team truck. That is not what we wanted. We wanted a finisher that sat in that seat the entire time, that we could ask questions, get tips, get guidance, have the benefit of their experience. And this is a key reason why we came to Conway XPO, and it still is that way. And that's how our finishing program works. Now, if you're with a company that does run a training truck as a team truck, then take advantage of every single second you have with that person to ask questions, get tips, get guidance, get experience. Tina, your question has been fantastic. I have to go because my dispatch just came in. It's time to head out to Georgia. We're going to Georgia. See you in the next video. Okay, so there are going to be days like this. There are going to be days like this. Keep the dirty side down, shiny side up. What? Keep the dirty side down and keep it what?
Look where the building is.
Oh wow. You're gonna